Well, welcome back to Mountain Grove Panther softball here on your home of Panther Sports Big Country 99 as the Lady Panthers get set to square off against the Lady Bulldogs here in the Sparta tournament. On the mound for the Lady Panthers, it's going to be Peyton O'Connor up to bat, Maddie C. And first pitch goes to her, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes, the count here, top of the first inning. Score nothing. If you're just joining us, this one just getting underway here in Sparta. The video's up. I can't tell if the sound is working or not. Bunt laid down. A bunt towards the third baseline. Throw from the third baseman, not in time. And the Bulldogs will have a runner on first with no outs here in the top of the first. Just getting underway here. That's going to bring up number 14, Warden, for the Bulldogs. She'll step in to face O'Connor of the Lady Panthers. Pitch on the way from O'Connor. Runner goes. Thinks better of it. Throw, snap, throw back to first. Not in time. Schober there for the catch. Runner back to first. So 1 on, no outs. 1 ball, no strike to count to Warden. O'Connor rocks, fires, swung on. That's going to be hit between the second baseman and the second base. And throw to third. In time, got her. Runner advances to second, 1 away here. So on a hard hit ball, runner at second goes. And thrown out at third. So runner on second. It's going to bring up Winrod for the Bulldogs. Pitch on the way to her, low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to count to Winrod. O'Connor toes the rubber. Rocks, fires, swung on. That one's fouled back to the fence. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike to Winrod. 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Nothing the score if you're just joining us. Lady Panthers at the Sparta tournament. Pitch on the way from O'Connor. Swung on, a little dribbler down third. Picked up by Golden, fired to first. Schober catches it for out number 2. Runner advances to third. So the Bulldogs with a runner in scoring position with 2 away here in the top of the first inning. That's going to bring up number 24, Avila. And she'll step in to face O'Connor for the first time today. O'Connor rocks, fires, swung on, hit hard over the shortstop. That's going to get back to the screen, and 1 run will score here for the Bulldogs. She's digging for second. She'll have a stand-up double. 2 out hit there all the way to the fence and center. That's going to bring up number 11, the other Winrod. That's a Winrod, not L Winrod. Runner on second, pitch on the way. They're going to say that's low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 away here, top of the first inning. 1-0 your score here. Bulldogs draw first blood. Runner on second for the Bulldogs. Set for the pitch here. Pitch on the way. High for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. The count to Winrod. She'll step in. O'Connor toes the rubber. Gets the sign. Rocks, fires. That's in the dirt for a ball. O'Connor taking her time out there on the rubber. Gets set now. Pitch on the way. And send her down to first with a walk. Called it a ball. That's going to bring up number 21. Another Warden. Man, it must be a bunch of cousins or sisters. 1 of the 2 for the Lady Bulldogs here. 2 Winrods, 2 Wardens. Pitch on the way, swung at for a strike. 2 away here in the top of the first inning got runners on first and second with 2 away. 0-1 the count. Pitch on the way to Warden. Swung on for strike 2. That was right down the middle. Right down the pipe. Pitch on the way. That one's hit to short. Shortstop comes up with it. Throw to first in time for out number 3. That'll do it for inning number, well, the top of the first inning here. But Bulldogs score first. We'll send it back to the studio to get a word from your Panther sponsors right here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Mountain Grove Panther Sports here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Sadie Schober in the box for the Panthers. Second pitch on the way to her. That's skied into the fence for strike 2. 0-2 the count now to Schober. 1-0 your score if you're just joining us here. Lady Bulldogs plated the first run in the first inning. Had a couple of runners on, stranded 2 at the end of the first here. We have Morgan on the mound, or on the hill for the Lady Bulldogs. Pitch on the way from her to Schober. That's outside for a ball. Trying to get her to chase there. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Schober. She said, you're going to have to give me one better than that to get me to swing at it. Morgan set on the rubber. Here's the pitch. Ooh, high and tight. Had to duck away from that one. Count goes 2-2 here. Chance going on down in the Lady Panther dugout. Pitch on the way from Morgan. Outside for a ball. Just missed the corner there. Schober steps in. Morgan comes set. Here's the pitch. That's outside for ball 4, and she'll take her base. First batter of the day gets a walk here for the Lady Panthers. That's going to bring up Stella Benson batting in the 2-hole for the Lady Panthers. Gets her sign, checks her wristband, steps in. Schober out there at first. Benson in the box. Pitch on the way. Shows bunt. No. Snap throw to first. Schober goes to second, and she'll take it easily. Heads up base running there from Sadie Schober. Gets her safely to second. Stella with the fake bunt there. Gets her sign from Coach Hine. Takes her time. Steps in the box. Pitch on the way. Shows bunt again. Tried to slap at that one. I think she fouled it off. Count goes 0-2 to Stella Benson. Stella steps in, digs in. Pitch on the way, swung on, and that's going to be right over the second baseman's head, and it drops in, and that's going to bring Schober around. Takes a huge lead around third. Snap throw back to third, no, as Benson gets to second. No play at third. Schober safe. So runners at second and third, and that's going to bring up Landry Golden to the plate. If there was ever a time for Landry to crush one, right now is a good one. Steps in. Morgan with the pitch, swung on, and that's fouled high in the sky. Watch out there in the stands. Ooh, almost got somebody. Count goes 0-1 to Golden with runners at second and third. No outs here. Bottom of the first inning, 1-0 your score. Bulldogs score in the top of the first. Pitch on the way from Morgan, swung on, and she sawed that one off, and the left fielder will get it for out number one. Schober takes a big lead, but gets back safely. So out number one for the Bulldogs. Out number one for the Panthers, that is. And that's going to bring up Taylor Hicks. Taylor steps in. Morgan gets her sign. Here's the pitch. Swung on for strike one. 0-1 goes the count to Hicks with one away here. Runners at second and third for the Panthers. 1-0 your score here. Bulldogs lead. Hicks steps in. Morgan rocks, fires, shows bunt, fouls it off. Count goes 0-2 to Hicks. So 0-2 with one away here for Taylor Hicks. She'll step in. Morgan comes set for the Bulldogs. Here's the pitch. Ooh, that's up for a ball. 1 2 strikes to goes the count to Taylor. Hicks steps in, faces Morgan. Morgan with the pitch. Swung on, and that's swatted down the third base line, but goes foul. Just straightening it out a little bit. That would have been one of those ones you couldn't get to. Right down the third base line. It's a beautiful day here in Sparta for some softball. Pitch on the way. That one's lifted. That's in foul territory. Can't get to it as the left fielder. So count goes, or stays 1-2 here for Taylor. Got a little under that one. Lifted it there to the left field side. Came down right in front of the dugout. Left fielder traveling almost from the fence. She's back there by the warning track, trying to track that one down at the dugout. Nothing doing. Runners on second and third here for the Panthers. Pitch on the way. Ooh, and did he get her? Or did she get her? No, just inside. The ump was blocking my view there. Looked like it got her, but he says no. Ball two. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count to Taylor Hicks. Morgan comes set on the rubber. Here's the pitch. Oh, that's outside for a ball. Count goes full. Hicks battling in there. As Hicks steps in. Pitch on the way. Swung on. That one's hit hard to left in the sky. Back, 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 and to the fence, and it hits the fence. That'll plate 1 run. Second run coming around, and Benson, she'll get there. Stand-up double for Taylor Hicks. Drives in 2 runs for the Lady Panthers and puts them on top 2-1 here in the bottom of the first inning with 1 away. That's going to bring up Chloe Slagle. Slagle steps in now. Pitch on the way to her, swung on, and runner goes, and she'll be safe. Taylor Hicks with some heads up base running gets the third with one away. Slagle steps in. Pitch on the way to her, high and away for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Slagle. Here in the bottom of the first inning, Lady Panthers lead 2-1 over the Lady Bulldogs. Pitch on the way, swung on, that's fouled back to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to count to Slagle. Sorry for the wind. Now blowing straight away to center, coming from right behind us. It was dead smooth earlier, dead calm. Just started blowing. Pitch on the way. Called strike 3, that'll sit Slagle down. And now it's going to bring up O'Connor. But meeting at the mound coming for the Lady Bulldogs as the coach and the infield all meet at the mound to get the game plan. Coach Hyde has her base runner and her batter over on the third baseline there, talking it out and making a plan. Waiting for the umpire to go break it up there. As Coach Hyde sends the runner back to third, and O'Connor to the plate. She'll step in here. 2 away here, bottom of the first inning. 2-1 the score. Panthers threatening with the runner in third, and Taylor Hicks and O'Connor up to bat. Pitch on the way to O'Connor. Ooh, right down the middle for strike 1. Morgan working quickly up there on the rubber. Set, ready to fire right down the middle. That's sawed off, and it's going to get down out of foul territory for a strike. 0-2 goes the count to O'Connor. O'Connor steps in. Morgan toes the rubber. Pitch on the way. Swung on. Fouled back to the fence. Boy, if you were watching that on YouTube, I bet you jumped. Count stays 0-2 for O'Connor. 2 away here. Bottom of the first inning, Panthers lead 2-1. Morgan set, fires, swung on, line drive back to short, and the shortstop came up with it for out number 3. That'll do it for the first inning. We'll send it back to the studio to get a word from our Panther sponsors right here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther softball here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. 7-8-9 batter coming up here for the Lady Bulldogs. Lady Panthers lead here, top of the second inning, 2-1 your score. And that's going to bring up Morgan, the pitcher, for the Lady Bulldogs. Oh, thank you. That's so nice of you. Did you feel bad for me? They brought me a chair. I've been standing up behind home plate. I think the official felt bad for me. Brought me a chair to sit in. How nice. Pitch on the way from O'Connor. First one, that's going to be swung on. It's going to get past Golden at third, out into left. Stella Benson comes up with it. Throws it to second. But the runner's safe at first, and she'll get a courtesy runner. That's going to bring up number 9, Hogan. The left fielder for the Lady Bulldogs. O'Connor rocks, fires. That's outside for a ball. Snap throw back to first. Not in time. Safe. Behind the plate for the Lady Panthers, Sophie Peterson with the snap throw. Pitch on the way. Swung on for a strike. Count goes 1-1. Gets set to fire. Here's O'Connor. Shows bunt. Pulls it back. Peterson walks the runner back to first. 2 balls, 1 strike to count now to Hogan. Pitch on the way from O'Connor. That's high. Peterson tried to frame it. Official not going for it. 3 balls, 1 strike now, the count to Hogan. O'Connor taking her time out there. Toes the rubber. Gets her signed. Pitch on the way. Ooh, I don't know what was wrong with that one. A little bit high. And that'll send her down to first. Look good from here. So runners on first and second now for the Lady Bulldogs. That's going to bring up number 32, McGinnis. She's the designated player. Pitch on the way from O'Connor. That one gets away from her a little bit there for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to count here in the top of the second. Lady Bulldogs threatening with runners in scoring position. 2 on, no out. O'Connor sends it. That's high for a ball. Struggling a little bit here. In the top of the second. Yet to throw a strike. Gets set now. Toes the rubber. Pitch on the way. Swung on for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike now the count to McGinnis. The left-handed batter steps in. O'Connor rocks, fires. That's golfed at, and they're going to get the force at third. Nice job there. Who was that? Number 1 for the Lady Panthers playing short. That's Gabby Miller. Top of the lineup now. Pitch on the way. And that's going to be skied to Miller at short, and she'll get another out there for the Lady Panthers. So 2 away here for the Lady Panthers in the top of the second. 2-1 your score if you're just joining us. Lady Panthers lead here. And that's going to bring up number 14, Warden. Warden. Forgot there's 2 of them. As we wait for Warden to step in. Set to go here. Rocks, fires. Swung on. That's hit to Miller at short. She'll take it to third for the force. That's out number 3. That'll retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Lady Panthers due up here. We'll send it back to the studio to get a word from our Panther sponsors right here on your home of Panther Sports. It's Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panthers softball here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Gabby Miller steps in defensively, last 2 outs of the last half inning, and she'll lead off for the Lady Panthers here. Takes ball 1. That was outside. Pitch on the way to Miller. She hits it right back to the pitcher. Out number 1, thrown out at first is Miller. That's going to bring up 25 for the Lady Panthers. That's Sophie Peterson batting in the 8-hole. So 1 away here in the bottom of the second. Lady Panthers lead 2-1 here. Don't forget, if you have folks out of the area, they can watch this one on YouTube. Peterson shows bunt, pulls it back. That's inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. The count to Sophie Peterson. Shows bunt again. Pitch on the way. Ooh, right back at me. You're making me lean back. That's not good. I'm too fat for that. 2 balls, no strikes. The count here with 1 away to Peterson. Morgan on the hill. Swings at that one. It was a little low for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike now. The count of Peterson. Morgan toes the rubber, gets set, gets her sign, rocks, fires. That's in the dirt. 3-1 goes the count to Peterson now, battling. Steps in. To ask her what all the gold stickers are for on the helmet. Shows bunt, pulls it back, swung on for strike 2. Count goes full to Sophie Peterson. Peterson steps in. Morgan with the pitch, and that's going to be skied back to the screen. Foul ball. Count stays full here. Peterson steps in now. Morgan rocks, fires, swung on for strike 3. Catcher drops it. Peterson heads to first, play at first, and she's out. And Peterson goes down over first base there. Has not gotten up yet. Just now. She says, I'm good. So 2 away here. I'm not sure what just happened. They took the outs off the scoreboard. And Peterson, who I thought was out at first, is now not. Strike 1 called to Hadley Driscoll. So 0-1 the count with 1 away here. They'll say that Peterson is safe at first. 1 ball, 1 strike to Driscoll. She steps in. We're in the bottom of the second inning here. 2-1 your score. Lady Panthers lead. Pitch on the way. That's outside for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike now. The count to Driscoll. Shows bunt. Pulls it back. Swung on for strike 2. Count goes 2-2 to Hadley Driscoll. Sophie Peterson at first. 1 away here. Bottom of the second inning, 2-1 your score. Pitch on the way, and that's going to be fouled off over the screen. Heads up. 2-2 stays the count for Driscoll. Gets ready to go here. Pitch on the way. That's inside. Full count now for Hadley Driscoll. Steps in to face Morgan. Morgan rocks, fires, and that's going to be fouled off and gets out of play. Count stays full. As we're waiting on the ump to get some game balls. He said, I need some balls. Morgan, set, here's the pitch. Swung on for strike 3. That'll sit Driscoll down. 2 away here in the bottom of the second for the Lady Panthers. And we're going to go back, I think, to the top of the lineup now, and Sadie Schober. Yes, we are. Schober, the left-handed batter, steps in with a runner on first. 2 away. Pitch on the way from Morgan. That's a high ball, and it's going to get over the right fielder. Runners round in second, round in third now. Peterson on her horse. She's going to get there and score. Stand-up triple for Schober. And Peterson scores from first. Makes it 3-1 now. And that brings up Stella Benson with a runner on third and 2 away. That was a nice hit from Schober. She tomahawked that one out into right, just over the right fielder's head. Pitch on the way from Morgan. That's inside. Pitch on the way from Morgan, that's outside. Ooh, must not have been that far outside. Called a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Stella. We need to clean the plate off. Pitch on the way from Morgan. Called strike 2. Oh, 1 ball, 1 ball and 2 strikes. If I could talk, that would be great. To Stella here in the bottom of the second. Score 3-1. Lady Panthers lead here. Pitch on the way from Morgan. That one's going to be hit right back up the middle where nobody's at, and that'll score Schober. Makes it 4-1. Digging for second, and she's safe. So heads up base running from Stella Benson there gets her to second with 2 away. And that's going to bring to the plate for the Lady Panthers Landry Golden. Morgan rocks, fires, and Golden hits that one to third, and she didn't get her glove down far enough. Benson rounds third and heads for home. Golden with the stand-up double on a blooper to third that went underneath the third baseman's glove. Lady Panthers rolling here in the second. Brings up Taylor Hicks with 2 away and a runner on second and Landry Golden. Pitch on the way from Morgan. Oof. Caught the inside corner for strike 1. Hicks steps in. Pitch on the way to her. She's going to hit that one back up the middle. Nobody there. Golden rounds third. She's going to get home. Here's the throw. Not in time. Taylor Hicks digging for second. That's 2 shots right back up the middle where they weren't. It's going to bring up Chloe Slagle with 2 away here in the bottom of the second. 6-1. Lady Panthers bats come alive here in the bottom of the second. Slagle with the pitch on, or coming to her, swung on for strike 1. Taylor Hicks easily to third. I think the catcher even looked at her. Pitch on the way to Slagle. It's in the dirt. Count goes 1-1 to Chloe Slagle with 2 away here in the bottom of the second. Morgan in the circle for the Lady Bulldogs. Pitch on the way. That's low and inside for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike now, the count to Slagle. Hicks comes home, and she's going to get there. Steals home to make it 7-1 while nobody was paying attention. Me included. I just caught her out of the corner of my eye as she was coming home. Makes it 7-1 here in the bottom of the second. Time called as the coach from the Lady Bulldogs steps out to talk to the official. And that meeting ended quickly. Slagle steps back in. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to her with 2 away. Pitch on the way from Morgan, swung at for strike 2. Count goes 2-2 now. Morgan rocks, fires, popped up in the infield. Shortstop calling for it, and she'll take it for out number 3. That's going to do it for the bottom of the second, but not before the Lady Panthers pile it on and make it 7-1 here going to the top of the third inning. We'll send it back to the studio to get a word from our Panther sponsors right here on your home of Mountain Grove Panther Sports. It's Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther Softball here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Lady Panthers pile it on there in the bottom of the second and make it 7-1 going to the top of the third inning. It's going to bring up number 10, Winrod L, for the Lady Bulldogs. Pitch on the way to her, swung on. She'll get strike 1 there. Peyton O'Connor in the circle for the Lady Panthers today. Between her and the defense, they've held the Lady Bulldogs to 1 run here. Pitch on the way, low for a ball. Count goes 1-1 to Winrod. O'Connor gets her sign, toes the rubber. Here's the windup, pitch on the way. She's going to reach out and tap that one. Second baseman gets over and takes care of it for out number 1 here in the top of the third. It's going to bring up number 24, Vila, for the Lady Bulldogs. Pitch on the way from O'Connor. And it's going to be a dribbler hit back to the pitcher. She comes up with it, shuffles it over to first, and easy out for the Lady Panthers there for out number 2. 2 away here in the top of the third, 7-1 Lady Panthers if you're just joining us. That's going to bring up a Winrod, number 11 for the Lady Bulldogs with 2 away here. O'Connor set, fires. And that's going to be tapped over. Oh, try to catch it over her shoulder. Lost track of it and gets down for a base hit. Second baseman for the Lady Panthers just couldn't track that one down. over her shoulder there. And then lost it in the sun. And it leaves a runner on first for the Lady Bulldogs. And that'll bring up the other wind rod. Pitch on the way to her. So that's going to be popped up in the infield. Schober calling for it at first, and she'll take it for out number 3. That does it for the top of the third. Nothing doing for the Lady Bulldogs. They strand one there. We'll send it back to the studio to get a word from our Panther sponsors right here on your home of Mountain Grove Panther Sports. It's Big Country 99. Ball. Bottom 3 here, 7-1 your score. Pitch on the way. That's inside for ball 2. To Peyton O'Connor. Pitch on the way. She'll take. Ooh, strike 1. Says it catches the outside corner there. O'Connor steps back in. Pitch on the way. That'll be inside. Count goes 3-1 to O'Connor. Here in the bottom of the third inning. No outs. 7-1 your score. Lady Panthers piled them on there in the bottom of the second. Pitch on the way. Right down Broadway. And she fouls that one off to the screen. Count goes 3-2 here. Full to O'Connor. Anderson gets set on the rubber. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle, and that one's going to get lifted over the third baseline and goes foul. Long walk back home after that one for O'Connor. Just lifted it over the third baseman's head, and the wind blew it foul there. Count stays full to O'Connor. Anderson rocks, fires, right down the middle. That pitch is going to be hit opposite field and gets over the second baseman's head for a single. So a runner on for the Lady Panthers, and that's going to bring up number 1, Gabby Miller, who had a great defensive effort there in the bottom of the first. And we'll get a pinch runner. That's Gracie Richardson, number 17. Little pinch run for O'Connor. Miller steps in. Pitch on the way to her. Takes strike one. Richardson with a big lead there. And gets back. Anderson checks on her. Checks on her again. Comes set now. Pitch on the way. That's high. Runner goes. Throw to second. Not in time. She'll be safe. Gracie Richardson with some heads-up base running there gets to second for the Lady Panthers. 7-1 your score here. Gabby Miller at the dish. 0-1 the count. Pitch on the way to her. Swung on for strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count to Miller. She'll step in. Anderson rocks, fires. That's inside for a ball. Count goes 2-2 now. 2-2, no outs here. Bottom of the third inning, 7-1 Lady Panthers. Pitch on the way from Anderson. Right down the middle, that's hit to the second baseman. Comes off the heel of her glove, but she's in time, but not before Richardson makes it to third with 1 away here. That's going to bring up Peterson for the Lady Panthers. Going off of the wristbands here for the Lady Panthers. They get the numbers called into them. They correspond with a play on the wristband. Peterson checks hers. Pitch on the way. Lays down a bunt down the third baseline. It's going to get foul. Looked like it was going to stay fair there. As Peterson makes the long trip back home. Going to run her on third for the Lady Panthers. Gets her number called into her, checks her wristband, and steps in. Shows bunt again. Pitch on the way from Anderson. She's going to lay down another bunt. Straight back to the pitcher. Squeeze, play at home. Runner safe at first and at home. And overthrows first base, and she'll head to second. Peterson now digging for third. Well, you don't see a triple on. Well, it's not really a triple. She got 2 extra bases on a pass ball there. But, you know, you could say it was a triple on a bunt. So make it 8-1 now with 1 away here in the bottom of the third, and that'll bring up Hadley Driscoll for the Lady Panthers. With 1 away and a runner on third. Anderson rocks, fires. That's inside for a ball. Gets away from the catcher. And she smothers it. Coach Hyde calls the number in. Driscoll checks the wristband, steps in. Anderson deals. Bunt, no good. Foul ball. Just careened right off the end of the bat for third base. Actually, for the screen on that side. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. I don't think that's right. I don't think the scorekeeper's keeping up. Pitch on the way. Outside for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to Driscoll. Anderson gets what she wants. Here's the delivery. That's a ball. 3 balls, 1 strike now. The count to Driscoll. Runner on third, 1 away here. 8-1 your score here in the bottom of the third inning for the Lady Panthers. Here at Sparta in the tournament. Pitch on the way. That's high for ball 4. We'll send her down to first. And nobody paying attention. She'll go for second. So heads up base running from Driscoll there. I know I've said that about 5 times now, but they're just doing a great job running the bases here and keeping it alive, catching them sleeping. That's going to bring up Schober. Sadie Schober steps in. Pitch on the way to her. That one's hit hard. Back up to the second baseman. Second baseman comes up with it. Not in time. Beats it out there. Run scores. Nice job from Sadie Schober there, legging it out, getting to first. Beats the throw, makes it 9-1 as the runner scores. So runners on the corners for the Lady Panthers with one away here, and the score 9-1 in the bottom of the third. This one getting quickly out of hand for the Lady Bulldogs. Pitch on the way to, I believe that's Stella Benson, steps in, pass ball, and that'll score a run. Runner going for, trips up, going for third. Now we're in a rundown. Back and forth they go. And she's safe at third. Takes a face full of dirt over there. Man, Coach Hine had to pick the helmet up to make sure that there was still something left under there after she grounded off going to third. Oof. One away, scored 10-1 here with, just paying attention out there running the bases. Stella Benson takes ball one. Steps in to face Anderson. Pitch on the way to Benson. Swing and a miss. And the ball passes in. Schober caught in a rundown again. And out this time. So, can't do it 2 times in a row, evidently. 2 away here in the bottom of the third for the Lady Panthers. Whoever's washing her uniform is not going to be happy. So Stella Benson steps in, 1 ball, no strikes to count to her. Well, I'm sorry, 1-1 should be the count. Pitch on the way to Stella. 3-0. I'm just messing it up. 3 balls, no strikes to count to Stella with 2 away here. 10-1 in the bottom of the third. Lady Panthers rolling. Pitch on the way. That's outside. And that'll send Stella down to first. Really seems like the Bulldogs' starting pitcher was really their best bet there. They've changed to Anderson, and she's not really had anything for the Lady Panthers. That's going to bring up Landry Golden. Anderson comes set. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Nobody there to take the throw down. Benson will get to third on a pass ball. Coming home with it. Here's the throw, and she's going to score easily. Make it 11-1 here in the bottom of the third inning. There was nobody there for the throwdown. As the runner goes from first on a pass ball all the way home. Pitch on the way from Anderson. Swung on. That's fouled up to me. And it's going to be out. Number 3 is the catcher able to catch it. But not before there's some damage done here in the bottom of the third. 11-1 your score. Lady Panthers rolling. We head to the top of the 4th inning here on your home of Panther Sports. It's Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther Sports here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. We head to the top of the 4th inning here. 11-1. Lady Panthers just put it on them there in the 2nd and 3rd. Man, we head to here to the top of the 4th, and we'll have number 7, Anderson, the pitcher, coming up for the Lady Bulldogs. Lady Bulldogs just haven't had anything for the Lady Panthers. Here in this one. Meeting on the mound there for the Lady Panthers. They all head back to their positions now. O'Connor in the circle for the Lady Panthers. Anderson steps in to face her. Pitch on the way from O'Connor. Called ball one. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to Anderson. Here in the top of the fourth. O'Connor rocks, fires, hangs on to that one just a little too long, and it's high. 2 balls, no strikes, the count to Anderson. Pitch on the way. That's in the dirt for ball 3. Saw this here in the bottom of the second, or top of the second inning. Struggled a little bit there. Was able to come back. Yet to throw a strike here in the top of the fourth. Pitch on the way. Right down the middle for a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike now, the count to Anderson. If it's just being over there on the bench too long in the bottom half of the inning. Pitch on the way from Peyton. That's strike 2, right down the middle, swung on. Count goes full here in the top of the 4th inning. Anderson leading off for the Lady Bulldogs. Steps in. O'Connor rocks, fires. Strike 3, ringer up. Started on the inside, broke back, or started on the outside, that is, and broke back inside. That'll bring up number 9, Hogan, the left fielder for the Bulldogs, with 1 away here in the top of the 4th. O'Connor deals. And that's skied up in the infield. Shortstop going for it. Second base calling for it. A little bit of a collision, but let's see who was that. 15 comes up with it for the Lady Panthers. That's Mackenzie Schober. O'Connor set, deals, that's outside. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 away here, top of the 4th. O'Connor wipes the ball off, wipes her hand off, picks up the tacky bag, throws it back down, gets set, here we go. Pitch on the way, waved at half-heartedly there by Hogan. I'm sorry, that's not Hogan, that's McGinnis. Pitch on the way, outside for ball. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count to McGinnis. Little housekeeping out there on the rubber for O'Connor. Wipes the ball off, wipes her hand off, wipes the ball off again, comes set. Rocks, deals, swung on for strike 2. McGinnis doesn't look like she knows whether she really wants to swing at it or not. 2-2 the count. Pitch on the way. That's high for a ball. Count goes full to McGinnis here in the top of the 4th inning. 11-1, Lady Panthers lead. O'Connor gets what she wants. Pitch on the way. That's high for a ball. Sends her down to first with a walk. So a runner on for the Bulldogs here in the top of the 4th. That's going to bring up double zeros. Maddie C. Or no, her last name is Maddie. Maddie sits in. Pitch on the way to her. Tries to lay down a bunt and fouls it. Oh, man. Fouls it off the end of the bat there and sends it down Third baseline foul. You'll just have to watch the video to see what I saw. 0-1 the count to her with 2 outs here and a runner on. O'Connor deals. That's hit right back up the middle. Nobody there. And it'll get down. Center fielder comes up throwing. That's Hicks. Holds them to first and second. 2 outs here for the Lady Panthers. Runners on first and second. That's going to bring up Warden, number 14, the catcher. For the Lady Bulldogs. O'Connor comes set now. Runners on first and second. Pitch on the way. Swung on for strike 1. And the catcher's going to walk out and walk them back to their bases. And Sophie Peterson. O'Connor deals. And it's waved at for strike 2. 0-2 goes the count to Warden with 2 away here. In the top of the 4th inning, Lady Panthers lead this one 11-1. Huge second and third for the Lady Panthers. Pitch on the way from O'Connor. Hangs on to that one just a little too long outside and high. Picks up the rosin bag. Wipes it off. Wipes the ball off. Comes set now. Here's the pitch. Swung on. That's down the third baseline foul. Straighten that one out. That's trouble. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count to Warden with 2 away here. Got runners on first and second for the Bulldogs. O'Connor trying to work herself out of this inning. Comes set now. Here's the pitch. Tried to go outside in with it. Missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Comes set. Here's the pitch from O'Connor. Swung on for strike 3, and that'll retire the side. Panthers lead this one 11-1. I believe that's the ball game. Run rule. Yes, that's going to do it. Lady Panthers are going to take this one in 4. Run ruled 10-1 or 11-1. That's going to do it for us here in Sparta as the Lady Panthers take the win. That's your family pharmacy postgame report here. I'm just going to give it to you real quick. Lady Panthers have a second and third that was huge and tacked the runs on, and just too much for the Lady Bulldogs to come back from. And that's going to do it here from Sparta. Big shout out to all the sponsors that make it all possible for us. Thanks to Coach Hyde for putting up with me. And good job, girls. Great game. We're going to send it back to the studio. That's going to do it for us here from Sparta. Keep it right here at your home of Mountain Grove Panther Sports, Big Country 99.